Shalom. Shalom wa ahava, Mishpachah. Shalom wa ahava. Peace and love, family. Peace and love. It's your Aknadaya ben Ayaounde. Neria ben Yahuda ben Yasharal. Whatever your dialect may be, man, say shalom to you all, to the whole house of Yasharal. Scattered to the four corners of the earth, to wherever you may be. I pray the Most High Yahweh Hashem Yahushua finds you all in peace and safety in this time of judgment, chaos, and corruption. Yeah, Mishpachah. This morning out here meditating, at the family homestead. And just came upon my ruach, and I just wanted to talk to you all today for a quick moment about Clown World. We truly do live in Clown World, Mishpachah. Now, as you all know, recently I received a YouTube strike. And initially, I thought it had something to do with me talking about the snake bite, trying to educate my people to not let these people put no more poisons in their bodies. But you want to know what? It may have very well been some of the other stuff that I was saying about the lettuce, bacon, guacamole, tomato, cucumber, peanut butter, alphabet people, you understand? And how foolish this world that we're living in currently is. Now, right now, these people are fighting for laws to be passed that would allow them to be able to teach kindergarten, first and second, third graders about sexuality, teaching them that a boy can be born a boy but still feel and be a girl, teaching them that men can get pregnant, you understand, teaching them that it's normal for a transgender man, a man who's supposed to be transforming into a woman, to be the best female swimmer in the NCAA. You understand? And then this dude actually classifies himself as a transgender lesbian. So this dude is a man transforming to be a woman, but is still attracted to women. Make that make sense? Sounds to me like it was a man that couldn't win competing against other men. So because this society is so wicked and crazy, he says, well, let me go over here and beat up on these females and maybe I can make something out of myself. Make that make sense, Mishpachah? You understand? I believe it was some of those things, and because of how I say things and who's saying things, that these people fear us in ways that is beyond our imagination. But this is Clown World. But when insanity rules, then the laws become insane. Let me say that again. When insanity rules, that's when the laws become insane. This is why these people are trying to normalize dysfunctional behavior. You understand? And normalize dysfunctionality within our school system, because they know that if you get a child at an age where you affect them, then that child is not going to depart from that when they get older. So this is why they're trying to implement these things upon the children, Mishpachah. So I just wanted to talk to you this morning about being in Clown World and how we fully need to separate from these people. Because see, man, when I'm out here, that world out there seems so far away. And then how are you going to try to convince me that the world is overpopulated? That when I get off Interstate 95 coming down here, my family's homestead is like an hour and a half off of the main interstate. So I got to ride through farm country, South Carolina. And I mean, when you see the amount of land that people are farming out here, some of this land is going to waste because people aren't even farming their land anymore for whatever reasons. But then you're going to come and try to convince me that the world is overpopulated? You're going to come and try to convince me that the world is overpopulated? When you got people out here on 200-acre golf courses playing for a game? You understand? When you got people like Disney, a theme park operating on 38 square miles of property? No, this is foolish. This is Clown World, Mishpachah. You understand? And when insanity is in charge, the laws of the land become insane. And that is what we are dealing with, Mishpachah. So I just want to say to the house of Yasharal, I pray for the day, even if I got to drive all the way across town, I pray for the day when I can buy gas from my own people. I pray for the day when we can have our own grocery stores. We dealing with what they call a grocery store desert. in many of our communities. Many of our communities, they don't even have grocery stores. Why? Because these large food chains like Kroger, Farm Fresh, Publix, they don't want to come to our communities because they say it's full of shoplifting. They say it's full of stealing and crime and all this. So you got communities of our people all over, and mostly Democratic ran cities. Let me make that point. I'm not for the Republican. I'm not for Democrat. I don't deal with any of that. But I just state the facts for what they are. In most of the cities where Democrats rule things, we live the worst. But yet our people majoritarily vote for them when they go to the ballot box. That I do not understand. We need to change how we are operating within this country. And we need to stop being ashamed of loving ourselves and coming within ourselves and being a unit amongst ourselves so that we can learn how to survive outside of their system. But it's easier said than done, Mishpachah, because you got that attitude towards, I ain't making that nigga rich. I ain't going over there buying all that shit, making that nigga rich. You see what I'm saying? That goes back to the Willie Lynch letter. You understand? So we got to get out of that. You know, and then we'll go and we'll spend twice the amount at a Gentile store just to keep from supporting our own. And then we'll wonder why we ain't got nothing, Mishpachah. This is clown world. It's clown world, and these people are doing the exact same things that they've done to us throughout time. You know, they whited us out in Europe. And the people who didn't, and the people who won't down with the get down, they ended up in bondage and slavery. You understand? The European slave trade started in Europe. It didn't start in Africa. The Arab slave trade started in Africa. But the European slave trade did not start in Africa. You understand? That's where it ended up. That's where it ended up. But the Spanish and Portuguese Jews, the Yahudim of Europe, were the first people on those slave ships. The people that wouldn't bow or bend to the assimilation. You understand? And they doing it again. It's not a coincidence that most of our most powerful and prominent people, whether it be in entertainment, broadcasting, whether it be politics or whatever, that they're married to one of the others. Why do you think that is? You see what I'm saying? Because you are being systematically and asymmetrically warred against. And a part of that war is draining out, drowning out, whiting out, and diluting your seed. You understand? Now, before I get out of here, because, you know, I don't want to keep the people too long. When did adding water to something ever make it better? When you dilute something, how does that make it better? So if you got something that's pure, black, thick, or whatever, and you add something lighter to it, and the result of that is a lighter version of what the original was, when has that ever been seen as better or stronger? When has ever adding water to anything made it better? When? It doesn't. So we got to stop thinking that, you know, going out here and mixing ourselves with other nations is making us better. No, it's making us worse. And you got to stop hating yourself so much that you don't want to see your children, your grandchildren, and your great-grandchildren come out looking like you. You got a problem if you don't want your children to look like your parents. You got psychological problems. You understand? But with that, Mishpachah, I'm going to go ahead and get out of here. You understand? I'm going to go ahead and get out of here. I just, you know, it came on my ruach. I was sitting out here meditating, you know what I mean, listening to the power of the Most High within nature, you know, preparing myself for this wilderness just in case, you know, I got to bring my family out here and we got to survive the way our ancestors did. I won't get caught off guard. You understand? But welcome to Clown World. Just like you see with the title of this video, Mishpachah, welcome to Clown World. We live in Clown World, where up is down and down is up. Ugly is beautiful and beautiful is ugly. You understand? Straight is wicked and homosexuality is the way of the world. Ain't that crazy? I digress, Mishpachah. Until we meet again, Mishpachah, always keep your eyes open. Stay prepared so you don't have to get prepared. And remember that your redemption is near. When you see these people fluttering and falling, that means your time is next. But we got to do what it is that we got to do in order to be prepared for what it is that has been promised to us within that holy scroll and that book called the Bible, which we like to call the ancient scrolls. Hallelujah. So until we meet again, Kuma Yasharal, Kwam Yasha'Allah, Arise, Yisrael, Shalom, Shalom, Salam Mishpachah. Hallelujah.